Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. Chicago PD hints at devastating character death before Burzek's season finale wedding. Chicago PD has been building towards two separate conclusions in season 12. The first is positive, the wedding of Adam Burzek, Patrick John Pfluger, and Kim Burgess, Marina Squarciati. The second, the end of the conflict between Hank Voigt, Jason Begg, and Chief Deputy Charlie Reed, Sean Hatosy. As we've noted several times on this site, Chicago PD has leaned much further into the second story arc than it has the first. Much to the chagrin of Burzek fans. There is good news, however, and it has to do with the titles of the upcoming two-part finale. Season 12 will come to a close on May 21 with the episode Vows, seemingly confirming the fact that we will be getting a big Burzek wedding. It's the title of the penultimate season 12 episode, however, that has us intrigued. Vows radiates joy and happiness for the show's longest-running couple. The episode that precedes Vows, however, is called Open Casket. This presumably in reference to the practice of displaying a body at a funeral. Chicago PD is no stranger to shocking deaths. In season 12 alone, we have witnessed the deaths of Officer Emily Martel, Victoria Cartagena, as well as former informant Gloria Perez, Yara Martinez, and Marcus Hype Daniels, Keston John, a longtime friend of Kevin Atwater, Leroyce Hawkins. Danger is around every corner for the IU, but making the title of an episode Open Casket suggests we will be dealing with the death of a central character, rather than a supporting one. The most obvious candidate is Chief Deputy Reed. The character is headed for a showdown with Voigt, and we know that Chicago PD is not going to take the latter out. Reed has made so many reprehensible calls that he'll be unable to keep a lid on his upright facade for much longer. Sean Hatosy, the actor playing Reed, will also be harder to keep around given that he stars on Max's new medical drama sensation, The Pit. There's been a lot of emphasis placed on Dan Torres, Benjamin Levy Aguilar, as of late, and PD showrunner Gwen Saigon confirmed that the character will have to face the consequences of his actions toward the end of the season. We could be looking at a tragic end for the troubled officer, depending on how he navigates the blackmail situation he's currently in with Chief Deputy Reed. We suspect there will be clues as to which character will wind up in the open casket as the episode's May 14 air date approaches. The streets of Chicago have never been quiet, but as Chicago PD barrels toward its explosive season finale, the noise isn't just from the sirens. Fans of the One Chicago universe are bracing themselves for what could be the most gut-wrenching episode yet, because even as wedding bells prepare to ring for Kim Burgess and Adam Burzek, the lingering presence of death looms ominously over intelligence. Hints dropped throughout the season have slowly pointed toward tragedy, but this week's episode, titled Thin Blue Veil, turned those whispers into screams. Between cryptic foreshadowing, emotional goodbyes, and unresolved tension, it's clear the writers are gearing up for a finale that's as heartbreaking as it is beautiful. And while the Burzek wedding has long been a beacon of hope for fans, it might be dimmed by the devastating loss of a beloved character. Wedding plans shadowed by dread. After years of on and off romance, trauma, and healing, Kim and Adam are finally making it official. Their bond, solidified by co-parenting Michaela and surviving near-death experiences together, has become the emotional cornerstone of the show. In recent episodes, viewers have watched the couple blissfully try on wedding attire, discuss guest lists, and share stolen kisses under the harsh fluorescent lights of District 21. But as their big day approaches, there's a lingering tension neither can shake. "I don't want to lose this," Kim whispered in a recent scene, tears in her eyes as she clutched Adam's hand. The moment, meant to be romantic, instead felt like a premonition. The return of Haley Upton's reckoning. Haley Upton has been struggling all season, especially since Jay Halstead's departure. As her grief has evolved into guilt, she's thrown herself into her work, often recklessly, but this episode took it to a whole new level. When a case involving a child trafficking ring forced her to relive personal trauma, Upton made a chilling confession to Hank Voigt in the interrogation room. "Maybe some of us don't come back from this." It was a raw moment, and Voigt's response, placing a hand on her shoulder and replying, Then we fight like hell to make sure you do. Felt less like reassurance and more like a goodbye. With the finale looming, fans can't help but wonder, is Upton being set up for a heroic sacrifice? Burzek's quiet concern. Adam Burzek has always been a protector, and while he's thrilled to finally tie the knot with Burgess, something is clearly weighing on him. In thin blue veil, Burzek was seen alone at Molly's bar, nursing a drink and staring at an old photo of the team. When Trudy Platt asked what was bothering him, he replied, I have a feeling. Like something's coming, and I don't know how to stop it. That ominous line, paired with the growing anxiety among the team, has fans theorizing that Burzek might sense what viewers are beginning to fear, that someone won't make it to the wedding. Hank Voigt's legacy. Voigt's scenes this season have carried an unusual tone of finality. He's been reflecting more than ever on his choices, his past, and the ghosts that haunt him. His late-night rooftop conversation with Detective Atwater felt almost like a passing of the torch. If I go down one day, Voight said, staring out over the city, make sure this unit keeps fighting the right fights. Voight's complicated morality has always put him on a knife's edge, and while he survived countless battles, fans are beginning to wonder if the finale will see him laying it all on the line to protect his team, and possibly pay the ultimate price. Kevin Atwater in the crosshairs. Atwater, a fan favorite and pillar of integrity, has had an incredible season arc. His relationships with the community and his family have deepened, making him more emotionally grounded than ever. But in Chicago PD, that usually means one thing: danger. This week, Atwater became entangled in a case involving a dirty cop he once looked up to. The betrayal was a gut punch, and his determination to bring the man to justice has set him on a collision course with some very dangerous people. In one haunting scene, Atwater quietly wrote a letter, sealed it, and tucked it into his desk drawer, just in case, he muttered. It was a subtle moment easy to miss, but one that may signal goodbye. A wedding and a funeral? With all these storylines converging, fans are beginning to piece together a chilling possibility that the Burzek wedding may take place side by side with the funeral. A leaked behind-the-scenes photo, quickly taken down but screenshotted by eagle-eyed fans, showed the cast dressed in formal black attire, standing in a cemetery.